Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Wrestlemania Talk. I am your host, AJG Styles, and today we are going to talk about WrestleMania 32. We're going to go up and down the card. I'm going to tell you my analysis of tonight's WrestleMania. We're going to kick off for about a half an hour show. If you guys want to come in, chat with us, please feel free to do so at AJG Sports Talk. Come on to my show at AJG Sports Talk Live. We are going to be talking about, for half an hour, WrestleMania 32. And I want to welcome everybody here on my talk show. Again, we're going to go up and down the lineup card. We're going to talk about all the cards straight up. We're going to talk about the inside scoop of WrestleMania 32. If you guys want to buy your gear, please feel free to do so. Go to ajgsportstalk.com. You will get the most recent updates of your WrestleMania gear just by using the promo code AJGSportsTalk. You'll get 30% off on all merchandise on ajgsportstalk.com. If you want to get your WrestleMania gear, please feel free to do so. Use the hashtag AJGSportsTalk. Go onto my website and buy today. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel on YouTube at AJG Sports Talk. So, let's get right into it. First off, we're very excited to hear this is my first time doing a live podcast on my talk show, which is AJG Sports Talk. Also, right now, this is on my podcast. This is going on live. Also, this is going on Spreaker on YouTube. And we are very, very excited to talk about WrestleMania 32. If you haven't done so, please feel free to go to the WWE Network. Subscribe today. You will get the WWE Network for free. If you use the promo code AJG Sports Talk, you will get half off, which will be $5.99 instead of $9.99 on the WWE Network. So this is very exciting. We're kicking off WrestleMania with a tag team division. We are going to be, which is actually, I think it's a 10-man battle royal for the Andre the Giant Memorial. We know that the Big Show is going to be in it. We heard that there are a few surprises in this event tonight. We don't know exactly who's going to be on the card, but I mean, looking up and down, everything on this card is nothing but great matches up and down. You got the 10-man battle, which is Team Total Divas versus Team Bad and Blondes. So, I mean, that's going to be a really good match because that's Lana's debut wrestling in the WWE the first time in 2 years. So, hopefully we get to see what Lana looks like in the ring skills. And hopefully we know that Shawn Michaels has trained her. And also, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was Natalya also training her as well. So, I mean, we're hoping to see what she has in store. Maybe she'll start it off, which that would be kind of interesting if she starts off the Battle Royal. I mean, it really looks good. I mean, this match will probably be in Total Divas' favor, just because of how popular Total Divas has been in the past few years. I mean, in the very beginning, Total Divas wasn't so popular, but as you go on throughout the storylines, it's just been phenomenal. And everybody loves Total Divas, and Total Divas has just been off the map popular on the WWE Network. So I see Total Divas in their favor. Also, don't forget Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose in a street fight match. I mean, I think he's going to pass the torch over to Dean Ambrose. I mean, I would like to see Brock win, but I also would like to see Dean Ambrose win. I mean, I feel that this is in Dean Ambrose's favor, because Dean Ambrose is the master of destruction, and I just think that his craziness will come out tonight, and I do believe he will come out on top. Also, during kickoff, which will be at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on the WWE Network. Please don't forget to subscribe to the WWE Network. Kickoff will start at 7, and you will see the Dudley Boys versus the Usos in a tables match. This is going to be interesting because what I like on how they really, really made the Dudley Boys like a heel. It's really, really good is because you always see them on the good side. They're always good, they're entertaining, Obviously, you're going to see the tables come out on them. I believe that, this is going to be in their favor for tonight. And I see them pretty strong in this competitiveness. So I do believe that the Dudley Boys will come out on top and beat the Usos in a tables match because they're going to want to love. Without the Dudley Boys, there's no tables. They've been doing tables throughout their whole careers, and it was just nothing but amazing stuff within the Dudley Boys, and everybody knows the Dudley Boys are tables. Bring out the tables, and, it's just been so amazing within their career. So I do believe that either they'll pass the torch over to the Usos. I mean, the Usos have nothing to prove. In this match. We want to see them win. We want to see them improve. But then again, we want to see the Usos win it. I do believe that the Dudley Boys are going to win. But I just think it's more in their favor. So, in results, I do believe the Dudley Boys will win. So let's move right along. Now we got the Intercontinental Championship with Kevin Owens. There's a lot of guys in this match. I don't recall all the participants. I do know that not Kalisto. I think it's Goldust. Stardust is in it. Bo Dallas is in it. All the guys from Social Outcast is in it. All the guys from, I think New Day's in it too. I'm not too sure. Or I think New Day is... No, I'm sorry. New Day is fighting the League of Nations. So, no, the New Day is not it. But I think that match is going to be pretty good. I just don't remember who's actually in that one. But I'll go back later. Tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, WrestleMania will start. Tomorrow, I'm going to come in on my show, and I'm just going to lay out my points on the results of WrestleMania. Again, if anybody really does like my talk shows and really want to get involved, please feel free to do so. Go to ajgsportstalk.com, and please go on there, subscribe to my channel. You can also go to YouTube and really subscribe on there as well at AJG Sports Talk. You can go on my Twitter and on Facebook and hit me up there as well, AJG Sports Talk. I will be posting all the results live on my Twitter feeds. So anybody that is behind, I will post up all the results on my Twitter. Also on Facebook, and not as much on Facebook. I'm not a big Facebook guy. I'm more of a Twitter guy. So if anybody wants to keep up to date with WrestleMania results, please feel free to go on to my Twitter account, which is AJG Sports Talks. And you can go on there, and I will be posting all the results live tonight. But you can also go onto my website and watch it also at AJG Sports Talk. We will be having WrestleMania on my website for free for all subscribers. You don't even have to subscribe. But if you want to, please feel free to do so. I have it on my website on the main screen. If you guys like the website, please feel free to subscribe to my website as well. You hit that little donation button up on top on the right-hand corner and just show us your love, if you really like the website. But anyway, Chris Jericho, Y2J versus Y2AJ. I know that sounds kind of weird. But AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho. They're going one-on-one tonight. There's been a rivalry going on with Chris Jericho and AJ Styles. Chris Jericho is not liking the fans because they've been chanting AJ Styles since he's been in the WWE. He is the phenomenal one. He is great. His in-ring skills has really, really developed since he's been in the WWE. I talked to him actually last week before WrestleMania, and I asked him, I said, AJ Styles, what's your preparation going into WrestleMania? And he turned around to me and said to me, I'm just so happy to be there, just to be there. And he said his preparation is giving 110% to the crowd. And, and he looks so psyched. Chris Jericho, it's so funny. It's because, on how when you go onto storylines and, you gotta be within the story. Well, these two guys they have so much love for each other. It's just, they really like each other individually in real life. But of course, you have to do a storyline and, and it has to be more believable within the story. But in real life, these two are really great friends. And, I wish them both the best. I love Chris Jericho. I also love AJ Styles. If you go and you watch New Japan Wrestling, by the way, you can watch that on the WWE Network for just $9.99. And you can watch New Japan Wrestling and you can see on how great he has done there. You could also see him in AWA, which he's done great, and also Ring of Honor. So, AJ Styles has so developed his technique, his style, since he's been in the WWE. And you got to give him credit when credit's due because he's doing an awesome job here in WWE. And really looking forward for him in the near future. But anyway, my results for this match, I do see Chris Jericho coming out up top. Just because that Chris Jericho is not in the favor zone. It's going to be more so AJ Styles. But I think AJ Styles is just going to be so I think he's going to be so grateful just to be in it. And I do believe that Chris Jericho is going to come up on top. So, anyway, let's move right along. So, we got a couple more matches. We got the Undertaker versus Shane McMahon. That's going to be a very interesting match. I love Shane. Shane McMahon, it's so funny is because, everybody talks about Shane McMahon. He's the guy, he's the guy that should be there. It was funny because when he left 7 years ago and he went on to owning his own company called U Channel, which is a Chinese company, he went and took over it. He kind of lost his feel of wrestling. So when he comes back each and every time you see him, he's just amazing type of a performer. You look at him, that's the boss's son. I'm Vince McMahon, and I'm Shane McMahon, owner of the boss. So it's he has to give his good reputation and good upbringing to what the company is looking forward in the near future, having Vince step down. In real life, by the way, this is not a hoax. Shane McMahon and Vince. Vince is looking to kind of step down because, he's been doing it for many, many years. And Shane is the rightful son, and he should be the one that's next in gear to own the company. So that being said, he's more than likely going to give the company to Shane McMahon. Don't get me wrong to Paul. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Triple H. And, Triple H has been great for the company. But Shane McMahon is going to take it over. And, tonight, when he versus The Undertaker in Hell in a Cell, I do believe that The Undertaker is going to come up on top. But I do believe there's something going to happen tonight where they team together and wrestle. Because it makes more sense for them to team up. And then I think League of Nations is going to come in. I hate to say this. And this is how I predict it. I think it's going to be a tag team main event. Why do I say that? I think they're going to team up. Wait. First off, I think they're gonna fight each other. Of course, they're gonna fight each other. They're gonna beat the shit out of each other. And then what's gonna happen is that Vince is gonna call out League of Nations. League of Nations is gonna come out. Once that happens, once League of Nations comes out, then Shane McMahon and The Undertaker are gonna team up and beat League of Nations. When they go on to beat League of Nations, Vince McMahon's going to come out and say, let's make this a tag team match. And if The Undertaker and Shane McMahon, he's going to make a real good, really good stipulation here. And if Shane McMahon and The Undertaker lose, well, not only Taker, you lose your job, but Shane, you're not gonna own the company. And they're gonna make Undertaker, he's gonna make Undertaker retire. And they're gonna make him retire tonight. And he's gonna announce his retirement after the main event. So I believe that could be a scenario. That could be a scenario. Or we could predict it this way. We could go Shane McMahon and The Undertaker team up. The Undertaker wins. He keeps his legacy, and Shane McMahon goes on to be an ambassador for Monday Night Raw. Basically, being owner of the company and owning Monday Night Raw. And the League of Nations, all of those guys are going to lose their job. And you won't see any of them for probably 6 months. So, I can see those types of two very different scenarios. I just don't get me wrong, I love Taker. I love Shane McMahon. Those two great guys. They're great entertainers. They're great performers. I believe those two. I believe the Taker is going to win, number one. But I do feel that it's going to end up being a tag team match at the end of the night. I believe that. I just don't see. I mean, he lost once. Okay, I understand he lost once. They're going to make it probably different. You can't make him lose. You can't make him lose twice. It just doesn't sound right. You want to keep it as 21-1. Well, not 20. Well, it'll be 22-1. I think that should be more of an asterisk where they have that one there. So each time he wrestles, it will be 22-1 unless they start making him lose. I just don't see it happening. But I mean, the thing is that WrestleMania is The Undertaker's doghouse. You know, he never loses at WrestleMania. So he's lost once. Can they make it two? I just don't see it happening. I just think if they do that, it will just be bad TV. I really do. I believe it would just be bad for the company. It will put a bad taste in fans' mouth. I guarantee it. I just think that fans are going to be a little bit, like, not understanding to the point. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for listening here on my talk show. I got to start wrapping this up. So if anything, if anybody would like to join my podcast, please feel free to do so. Go to ajgsportstalk.com. For further details, go to my YouTube at AJG Sports Talks. Also, hit me up and subscribe to my channel on YouTube as well. And I want to thank everybody for listening here on my talk show. If you want to buy your WrestleMania gear, please feel free to do so. Use the hashtag code AJG Sports Talk. Use it as a promo code as well. You'll get 50% off on all your merchandise. I want to thank everybody again for listening to my talk show. My name is AJG Styles, and we will see you tomorrow night after WrestleMania.